Hello, my name is Carl Huber, and I'm the Financial Aid Educator at the University of Minnesota Duluth. In the next few minutes, we're going to review the four types of financial aid: grants, scholarships, student employment, and loans. Keep in mind that completing the student's free application for federal student aid, or the FAFSA, allows students to be considered for eligibility for more than $150 billion in federal grants, loans, and work-study funds. Check out the video produced by Federal Student Aid on how to fill out the FAFSA, linked in the UMD Financial Aid Resource Guide. So what is financial aid? Financial aid can come from federal, state, school, and private sources to help you pay for your UMD education. Grants are need-based funding that's not paid back. It's gift aid. Pell Grant and the SEOG grant are the two federal grants. Pell Grant eligibility is based on the FAFSA's expected family contribution, or EFC. The EFC is an index number unique to your family as calculated by FAFSA. It's not amount that you pay. This number determines eligibility for the two federal grant programs. The Minnesota State Grant is for Minnesota high school graduates. The students are offered the need-based grant based on the FAFSA EFC, or expected family contribution, and also assuming they take 15 credits. If the student decides to take less than 15 credits, the Minnesota State Grant is prorated about $400 for each credit taken below 15. There are two need-based institutional grants available at the University of Minnesota. The first is a U-Promise Scholarship, which is eligible for Minnesota students and is need-based scholarship for households with an adjusted gross income of $120,000 or lower. The second is the Promise Plus free tuition program, which is eligible for new Minnesota freshman students, and they can receive the full cost of tuition covered by federal, state, and university scholarships and grants. The family household income must be $50,000 or lower. No separate application is necessary. Just apply for admissions to UMD and submit the FAFSA. Scholarships are merit-based funding that's not paid back. Like grants, it's gift aid. The UMD Merit Scholarship Program is administered by our Office of Admissions for new and transfer students. It's based on merit, meaning your academic achievement, possible class rank, and involvement in extracurricular activities are all taken into consideration in offering scholarships. The deadline to apply for UMD Scholarship Program for the fall is December 15th, and your application needs to be completed by February 1st. Private scholarships or outside scholarships are financial aid offers funded by companies, service groups, foundations, organizations, and individuals. They range greatly in value, and they are typically tailored to the issuing organization. And there are scholarships open to the public from outside of UMD, for example, through a local community organization or church. When you receive a scholarship notification form from an organization outside of UMD, email UMD One Stop Student Services a copy of the letter notifying you of the private or public outside scholarship offer at umdhelp@d.umn.edu. There are two types of student employment. One is the federal or state college work-study, and two is miscellaneous student employment. The federal and state college work-study program is based on need program and is determined by your FAFSA. The miscellaneous student employment is not based on FAFSA. Students, even though they are not offered federal or state college work-study on their financial aid offer, can still work on campus. There are positions for both the federal and state college work-study students, as well as students that are not eligible based on their FAFSA. Students work an average of 10 to 15 hours a week. The advantage of both student employment programs is the money is paid directly to the student for their personal expenses. It is a job that will pay the student every 2 weeks for the worked hours completed. Student employment is a great resume builder. Campus jobs include, but are not limited to, for example, an admissions tour guide, a library desk worker, a recreation service assistant, student food services, or in an office setting like the One-Stop Student Services or Student Financial Accounts. I encourage students that if you want a student employment opportunity, to go to UMD Human Resources website and search for the positions under student jobs. The Federal Direct Student Loan Program has two types of loans: the subsidized, which is based on the FAFSA eligibility, and the unsubsidized. A subsidized loan is a need-based loan, meaning you have to have eligibility based on the FAFSA to be eligible for a subsidized loan. The subsidized loan is interest-free while you're in school. The government pays the interest on the loan. The unsubsidized loan is a non-need-based loan, meaning the interest accrues while you're in school and is added to the principal amount borrowed at repayment time. You do not have to make payments on either the subsidized or unsubsidized loan while you're in school. You have a 6-month grace period after graduating before the loan payments begin. Freshman students can borrow $5,500. Students transferring with 30 or more credits can borrow $6,500, and students coming in with an associate's degree or transfer students with over 60 credits can borrow $7,500. Each July 1st, the federal government sets the interest rates for the coming academic year. Besides the federal student loan program, there are two additional options for borrowing for the student's education. The first option is the Federal Parent Plus loan. The Federal Parent Plus loan is in the parent's name and parent's responsibility to pay back. The Plus loan application is available in mid to late July. The interest rate is determined on this loan July 1st of each year. The next loan options are through private lenders. Any loan that the student would apply for through a private lender would need a credit-worthy cosigner. The Minnesota Self Loan is funded by the state of Minnesota and is a private loan through the Minnesota Office of Higher Education. You can apply for the Self Loan program online. You will need a credit-worthy cosigner. UMD offers the website Fast Choice. This site lists all the private lenders that UMD students have borrowed from. Fast Choice website can help you compare interest rates, explore the different loan program features, and apply directly for a private loan from the Fast Choice website. Private loan applications are verified by the university in late July, when we do our finalized financial aid offers to all the undergraduate students. All the information about the federal loans, private loans, or the Parent Plus loan can be found at the One Stop Student Services website at z.umn.edu/other loans, the link at the bottom of the screen. One Stop Student Services is here to help. The One Stop Student Counselors provide student service support for financial aid, billing and payment, and records and registration. Everything in this presentation can be found at the One Stop website at z.umn.edu/UMD One Stop under the Finances tab as circled here on the screen. I know as the financial aid educator for UMD, you and your family are facing important financial and personal decisions about your education. A college degree is an investment that will benefit you for a lifetime. Ensuring that you have the financial information you need to make that decision is crucial to your future success. I offer 30-minute financial aid appointments designed for admitted seniors and transfer students and their families. They are created to meet you where you are in the process, help you navigate the FAFSA, explain estimated financial aid offers, explore financial aid resources that are available, and answer any questions you might have. The link to my appointment calendar is in the center of the screen, z.umn.edu/financial aid appointment. Pick a date and time that works best for you. Specify in the description if you prefer a Zoom session or would like a telephone call. I will get back to you with the appointment confirmation. You can also always contact a counselor in UMD's One-Stop Student Services by email at umdhelp@d.umn.edu or phone us at 218-726-8000. Thank you for your time and welcome to Bulldog Country.